The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Good evening, I'm Kamila Guare with the news at 6. In this edition, nurses upset over improper release, oil palm industry looks ahead with refinery goals, and Condor impresses on Hunter's debut. A training of trainers workshop to carry out the Madang provincial profiling exercise has concluded for Madang's local level government leaders. The training was implemented by officers from the Department of Local Level Government and Provincial Affairs. The trainees, now equipped with profiling books, will kickstart the exercise in all 6 districts, beginning with population data, as PNG looks ahead to the 2027 national general elections. Madang's ward councillors and district chief executive officers recently completed a training of trainers workshop to implement the Madang provincial profiling exercise. The training included the launch of ward profile books. The profiling exercise sets the pathway for the smooth collection of population data into the ward recording system for population electoral update. The trainees will work closely with ward recorders in preparation for the 2027 national general elections. Madang Provincial Administrator Daniel Aloy said the census rollout program failed for Madang Province. In addition, the electoral roll is outdated. He emphasized that they need to establish the province's population, as it is important for the elections, and even more, that sufficient basic services are reaching the majority.
The reason why the government exists is simply to ensure that people are reaching service equal up. All the time people are talk long, people are fail of giving service, people are providing service, the service you know go to have providing have. It is the water.
Assistant Speaker of Assembly and Member for Middle Ramu, Kansol Kamdaru, agreed that most of Madang's districts are hard to reach, hence the census exercise hardly reached the population there, thus population data in these remote areas is not up to date.
Samla gaman ino sabelongol. Police tokol sam gaman ino sabelong mingla. You may spending big money long making census. But money government is spending taso limino kira long number of long people, population. Milaki world record book you must come up. Now world recorder, you must sit down. You can government can pay more. World recorder, only can sit down and kisim name long people do.
Governor Ramsey Pariwa supports the profiling exercise. He has pledged to add funding to ward disbursements to all 6 districts once they ensure their ward development plans align with the LLG and the Integrated Provincial Development Plan 2023 to 2027. Governor Pariwa stated that should the population update exercise be successful, all voters should be captured in time for the 2027 national general elections.
So, me ready to find more word now, but you need to get yourself in order. Begin to get this. And then when you give me your word plan, all that align it with my plan and MPP before, then I will fund it. I think now by me addressing all I will broken after 50 years. Me to thank you after 50 years. You will come to our sense.
He urged ward recorders to commit to this important mission in their respective constituencies. The American Corner Lay will continue to serve as Lay's gateway to U.S. educational and cultural opportunities. This follows the recent signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the U.S. Embassy in Port Moresby and the PNG University of Technology. The US Embassy in Port Moresby and the PNG University of Technology recently renewed their Memorandum of Understanding in Lae, Morobe Province to ensure the American Corner Lae keeps its doors open to the public. Located within the Matheson Library at PNG UOT, the corner will continue to serve as a hub for cultural exchange, educational programming, and community engagement, strengthening people-to-people ties between Papua New Guinea and the United States.
The American Corner has actually been here since 2001, but this continuation just reaffirms the value that it has for both the Unitech campus and for the United States. This is actually one of 3 American Corners that we have in country, where the public can come and access the internet, American literature, and have a safe and secure space to hang out. The idea is that it's somewhere that they can access and learn about American culture, but it's also somewhere where they can work to better themselves, learn something new, or engage with the community.
PNG UOT Vice Chancellor Professor Ora Renagi expressed that the institution aspires to be a world-class university that focuses on high standards of education and global engagement. He emphasized that PNG UOT welcomes partnerships like these that support that vision and direction.
Where there is higher standards of education, this should translate to higher standards of living for our people. And Claude, is it?
Yes.
She talked about values. And Papua New Guineans, while we are very strongly cultural minded, we want to rise up with our education levels and make sure we also enjoy the higher standards of living and participate like what the world is doing as well. So
Professor Renagi acknowledged and embraced the support of the US Embassy as bilateral partners who continue to see the quality and value of PNG UOT and its position as a knowledge hub and gateway to opportunities for its students and the public. The American Corner will be open to the public for a minimum of 20 hours per week and will offer programs aligned with American Space's programming pillars. PNG UOT will provide and maintain the physical space, furnishings, and utilities, while the Embassy will provide informational resources, equipment, and programming support. The Department of Education launched a major digital transformation drive for flexible, open, and distance education today. Teachers from across the country are undergoing training in Port Moresby.
The training of trainers and 4th digital transformation workshop is underway in Port Moresby, bringing together teachers and assistant coordinators from 22 provinces. The 2-week program aims to strengthen capacity and prepare educators to deliver lessons through modern digital platforms. Delivering the keynote address, Acting Deputy Secretary Wilipe Wingi reminded teachers that learning does not stop, and that digital transformation is about resilience and pride in education. 4th Principal Anthony Reyapan outlined plans to roll out new digital systems to support learning nationwide. These include a learning management system, module integration, and an upgraded student information management system to improve enrollment and student data management. The program is expected to equip educators with essential digital skills and support the nationwide rollout of modernized education services. The workshop runs until the 28th of May. Meanwhile, NICTA Chief Executive Officer Lume Polume announced the pilot rollout of free Wi-Fi connectivity in Central Province. The initiative is expected to benefit more than 2,000 users and expand access to reliable internet for digital learning. Joanna Pile, TVWAN News.
Octedi Mining Limited has joined the fight against tuberculosis in Western Province. Its health services team recently carried out an awareness campaign in Wangbin Village, a mine village located on the outskirts of the township. The initiative was focused on dispelling myths about TB, encouraging early diagnosis, and reinforcing the importance of completing treatment. During the event, Octedi Health Services Manager Raymond Singamis stated that North Fly District alone has more than 1,000 confirmed TB patients, while the remaining districts have more than 500 cases. Mr. Singamis described TB symptoms to locals and urged them to respond quickly because TB spreads silently in the home if left untreated. Oktedi is providing free medical checks, diagnosis, and medication. 39 nursing officers from the Port Moresby General Hospital on short-term contracts were sent home last week after management ceased their contracts. The affected nursing officers raised this issue through the PNG Nurses Association because they felt that ceasing their contract was not conducted in a proper way, since most of them have served the hospital for over 3 years without a renewal of their 6-month contract.
The 39 nursing officers, consisting of most specialist nurses attached to the Port Moresby General Hospital, were sent home last week after management ceased their contract. According to the affected officers, they have been serving for over 3 years without a renewal of their 6-month contract. They raised the issue with the PNG Nurses Association, stating the actions by PMGH management was not right because there was no proper justification. PNGNA President Frederick Kebai said there is a shortage of health workers in the country. Removing the 39 does not make the situation any better.
Of the health center and health sub-center are also lagging manpower because the government cannot create positions. And we provide life-saving roles, very essential services, and our service to humanity or people out there is important.
Kebai called on Provincial Health Authority and the Department of Personal Management to create permanent position for these health workers, as many do not have permanent positions.
To immediately recall them by Monday, coming Monday. They have to sit down and sort their matters out and make them become permanent officers. And also further call to all the PHH in the country to do away with short-term contract officers and make them permanent, so to provide services to the population out there.
Mr. Kebai also called on the hospital's management to address this issue.
Out saying that there's no funding, but according to their contract, they've only signed contract for 6 months and they have never renewed it. And they have continued to work for another 2.5 years, which means it is totally in breach of that contract. And when they work more than 6 months without renewing their contract, we tell them that they already become permanent, you see? And they have to absorb into the public service system.
The 39 nursing officers were among more than 100 nursing officers contracted to PMGH on short term.
The police commander for NCD and Central, Benjamin Turi, has refuted a viral message circulating on social media platforms concerning a purported NCD state of emergency and a planned 14-day water outage. Commander Turi stated that the information contained in the message is entirely false, unauthorized, and did not originate from the Royal PNG Constabulary. The fake message, which addresses all officers, claims that a 14-day water outage is imminent and that the police commissioner would be heading SOE arrangements to mobilize water trucks. Turi assures the public that police did not issue any such directive of an SOE regarding water shortages. This is TVWAN News. After the break, consultations on the oil palm legal framework continues to talks for establishing a refinery.
Thank banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Show the dishes who's boss. Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
Central Province is our home.
The tides of the Coral Sea are our heartbeat. From the coast to the mountains,
Traditions pass generation to generation.
the sea and our gardens sustain us.
Our songs carry our legends through time.
Our home is Central Province. Our nation is Papua New Guinea.
Welcome back. The government is working to amend the Oil Palm Act 1992 and replace it with the proposed Oil Palm Authority and Oil Palm Management Bills. Minister Francis Maneke was dissatisfied that the oil palm industry has been operating without a legal framework to drive it.
Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke has voiced strong concerns about the lack of a legal framework to guide the oil palm industry effectively. He noted that the industry has operated more like an extension project, failing to adequately address the challenges faced by growers. The government is working to amend the Oil Palm Act of 1992. The proposed Oil Palm Authority and Oil Palm Management Bills aim to create a more structured and responsive regulatory environment for the industry.
That is why today, in this validation program, we have in Port Moresby, I appeal that we all must appropriately contribute so that we can be able to at least we finish what's important for our country. And without the legislation, we cannot be able to prosper in terms of the oil palm industry.
Consultations have been conducted across all oil palm producing regions, with recent validations completed in the Momase and Niugini Islands regions. The southern region's validation took place today, while the final validation for the Niugini Islands will get underway in Kimbe later this week. When all consultations are completed, the bills will proceed to the First Legislative Council for screening. Subsequently, they will be presented to the National Executive Council for endorsement before Minister Maneke presents them to Parliament.
Today, and we've been committing to the consultations, that is a very important agenda. It is more crucial at this point in time as a country. And I'd like to, on behalf of the ministry and all the stakeholders, very important stakeholders in the country, that has sustained the industry, the oil palm industry, especially agri-oil palms, and Debutant palm oil, for sustaining the industry for the last 60 years until today. Without appropriate legislation, I'd like to thank them for their sustenance of business, and so as their commitment to the people of our community.
This comprehensive process is geared towards establishing a robust framework that will better support and drive the oil palm commodity, ultimately benefiting growers and stakeholders in the industry.
But I believe that we now, having that legislation, we will have to realign ourselves so that we can work together, only having be guided by only one legislation. This forum today is very, very important. This forum today is very important. Our contributions must be finalized today so that we can be able to see some constructive decisions made. And it's a matter of us all contributing, make sure agree on certain areas where we can see fit to develop this bill, and so as appropriately see the future of the developments in this country.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Oil palm companies in the country are being called on to look into downstream processing as the way forward for the industry. Secretary for Agriculture, Dr. Sergi Bang, said the government is ready to work with them on a refinery.
For Agriculture, Dr. Sergi Bang has urged all oil palm companies in the country to explore downstream processing as a key strategy for advancing the industry. He emphasized that investing in downstream processing would not only enhance local production capabilities but also create more value-added products that could benefit the economy. Dr. Beng announced that the government is prepared to collaborate with companies to establish a refinery in the country which would enable the processing of oil palm into finished products domestically.
We must also look at processing in this country. This government wants to see, and our Minister Honorable Maneke, he wants to see in-country processing. We must do this. And I understand that there are some our own private sector companies that have got refineries overseas, and therefore they must send their oil across. But how about for the others of you who are large oil palm operators in different provinces? We can work with you as government, we can work with you and be stakeholders towards a refinery factory to do our own downstream processing for cooking oil, for whatever else, soap, perfumes, whatever else that will come from the oil palm. And through that, we will create jobs and opportunities. That's why the government is very keen. We must have a local refinery in our country.
Dr. Beng says by focusing on refining and processing, the industry can achieve greater sustainability and profitability, aligning with the government's broader economic development goals.
Whatever that the private sector wants that's put in, that we must look at seriously. Because let me remind you, the private sector drives the business. The private sector drives the business of oil palm in this country and has enabled it to be the top agriculture sector in this country. We must listen to the private sector in this sector.
He expressed that such initiative aims to boost local employment, reduce reliance on imports, and strengthen the overall oil palm sector. Dr. Beng also hailed the oil palm industry as the premier sector of the agricultural industry in the country, highlighting its significant contribution of over 2.5 billion kina to government revenues annually. Dr. Beng emphasized the growing interest from investors in the oil palm sector and stressed the importance of carefully examining the proposed oil palm bills. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
New Ireland Province has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the National Cultural Commission to preserve, sustain and protect its cultural services. Governor Byron Chan welcomed the partnership.
National Museum and Art Gallery.
The signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the New Ireland Provincial Government and the National Cultural Commission is an important step towards protecting, promoting, developing, and safeguarding Papua New Guinea's cultural heritage through stronger collaboration between the national government and provincial administrations. Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Belden Nama, said provincial governments play a key role in delivering cultural services across the country.
And this is where it begins. By this MOU, we will be able to have this collaboration between my office, the office of the Executive Director and the NCC, and with the New Ireland Provincial Government. I'm encouraging all the provinces to go down this path so that we start to revive our art and culture and our traditions in the country. Our culture is so authentic, so unique.
The minister also highlighted the importance of New Ireland's rich cultural heritage, saying its traditions and practices are significant and must be preserved for future generations.
If we put our money where our mouth is in developing culture in our country, in reviving culture in our country, it can be a diamond mine. Actually, our culture is a gold mine in itself.
New Ireland Governor Byron Chan welcomed the partnership and expressed his appreciation for the collaboration.
We are here, we're very privileged to sign this MOU, to have this understanding, that relationship that will help us promote our province, our culture, with the rest of Papua New Guinea. Now, we've been left out some time in some of our programs. Now we'd like to be included. And we want to do it by signing this MOU, like you said. So to be part of your ministerial programs, national programs, and also to be considered to participate in the national programs as well.
The signing of the MOU is expected to strengthen cultural cooperation in promoting cultural programs, preservation and traditional knowledge, and support for cultural activities in the province. Susan Oriape, TV1 News.
Air Niugini is relaunching its higher altitude program in an effort to strengthen the airline's performance under the guidance of its new Chief Executive Officer, Alan Milne. Milne first introduced the program in 2019 when he first joined the national carrier. Air Niugini's higher altitude program was first introduced 7 years ago when Alan Milne was the Chief Executive Officer of PNG's national flag carrier, Air Niugini, from 2018 to 2020. The CEO announced the relaunch of the higher altitude program on Friday, May 15th, in the presence of General Manager Flight Operations, Captain Granger Narara, at the Air Niugini head office in Port Moresby.
Air Niugini has come a long way in the 7 years since I was here. However, we need to concentrate on moving Air Niugini into that next stage. We have the wonderful new A220 in our fleet now, and we need to bring the organisation along to operate such a modern, beautiful aircraft, including the aeroplanes that we will then introduce to replace the 767s and the 737s in the future as well. So really good opportunity to set the base for Air Niugini.
Since his return to Air Niugini in February this year, Milne has prioritized the revival of the higher altitude program to strengthen the airline's performance and reinforce its commitment to delivering value to customers, employees, and stakeholders. The 4 key pillars under the program include enhancing service culture, improving operational reliability, strengthening financial performance, and promoting unity. Flight schedules come under operational reliability, with MILM emphasizing that they will make sure they deliver the schedules that they have sold so that customers can be assured when they arrive at the airport to take their flight, that airplane will be there and it will depart on time.
So very exciting times. Watch this space. We'll have lots of announcements over the rest of this year around all 4 of those pillars, and there's some exciting times ahead.
And now the market report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2299 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2222 US, $0.3070 Australian dollars, 0.1831 euro, and 35.03 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, crude oil closed higher, gold, coffee, cocoa, and copper closed lower, while palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX and all ordinaries also closed lower. You're watching TVWAN News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Toks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Kids in Papua New Guinea love to smile and spread joy. And when they smile, it lights up our world. Come on, Mom, it's you first. Do the 1, 2, 3. Wake up. Brush your teeth. Smile. Let's spread some smiles in PNG with Colgate.
You sabi to awesome condom and wambla way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy? Tingim, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you no save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Discover your home away from home at the Sidler Bay Hotel in Lorengau, Manus Province. Whether business or leisure, our modern amenities, delicious local cuisine, and serene surroundings will make you feel right at home. Book your stay now. Call 7496-3232 or email reservations@sidlerbayhotel.com.pg. Sidler Bay Hotel, where your Manus adventure begins.
You have to meet my best friend. She's the sweetest. Hey, check out my hair.
Which one? The one on your head or the one in the sink? Relax. Next time, just use the Mega Growth Anti-Damage Relaxer. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins for visibly less hair breakage after retouching. Now your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Mega Growth Anti-Damage No Light Cream Relaxer for visibly less hair breakage after retouching.
Welcome back. Missima Minerals Limited, a subsidiary of the Oktedi Mining Limited, in its support to local communities and key stakeholders on Missima Island, donated food to the Missima Correctional Services Facility. The contribution shows a broader community engagement effort as Missima Minerals continues to build relationships across the island.
Like many rural correctional facilities in Papua New Guinea, the Missima Correctional Services Facility or Rural Lockup faces ongoing logistical and operational challenges, including the high cost of transporting food and basic supplies to the island. Maintaining adequate provisions for inmates and staff remains a need, and the support from Missima Minerals Limited will be helpful in the long run. The company donated a host of food rations including rice, coffee, sugar, and tin goods to assist with the day-to-day operations of the facility and support the welfare of inmates and officers. The Missima jail welcomed the support. It states that assistance from corporate organizations play an important role in helping frontline institutions continue their work in often challenging and remote environments like Missima Island. The PNG Correctional Service is a vital institution in the country, responsible for the secure custody, welfare and rehabilitation of detainees, while also supporting community safety and reintegration programs. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
Cutting-edge technology is being used to display the 15th century art found inside the Vatican's Sistine Chapel at an exhibition in Sydney.
Of the Vatican in the heart of Sydney.
The idea was suggested as we started to see these innovative technologies come through for use, with other exhibitions, and we thought the Sistine Chapel is an incredible, iconic, universal landmark, and how can we combine the two?
A new exhibition next to St Mary's Cathedral is bringing the Sistine Chapel to life.
The Sistine Chapel is something you can never really exhaust. There's so much new knowledge, so much ideas about why precisely did they do this or that. So the entire project was extremely exciting.
Attendees learn about the chapel's history before being immersed in the artwork.
The Last Judgment, so the massive altarpiece that everyone is captured by, that huge artwork is painted at a time of turmoil.
This has got to be the best part of the exhibition though. It is the immersive exhibition which has replicated the Sistine Chapel's artworks for Sydney-siders to come and take a look at.
It's pretty cool, pretty scary really, overwhelming.
Centuries-old art serving as an inspiration for the modern day.
The federal government's plan to reduce private health rebates for older Australians has been sold as a way of making the system fairer for younger generations. But there are concerns that the move could backfire, putting more pressure on public hospitals, leading to poorer health outcomes for many.
After a hip and 2 knee replacements, as well as a number of other surgeries, Denise Peters puts a high value on her private health insurance.
It's like a security blanket, private health. Just being in it for 47 years and to have that taken away from me, I'll be shattered.
With government plans to reduce rebates for older Australians, Denise will be cutting back on her already tight food budget to keep her cover.
No, I don't think it's fair. It's going to hurt a lot of pensioners.
Right now, depending on income, the older you are, the bigger the rebate. Under the changes, everyone will receive the same.
We don't think there is a strong policy rationale to pay different Australians different levels of support for their private health insurance membership when they are on the same income simply because of age.
The savings will add up to billions of dollars for aged care funding. The cutbacks come on top of a recent 4% rise in private health premiums.
That's going to tip many over the edge, and yeah, they're going to move away from private health insurance, and that's good for nobody.
With fears of more pressure on public hospitals, states are worried.
We're already seeing a system that is somewhat under pressure from long-stay older patients.
Cuts to the rebate for older Australians needs legislation to pass Parliament, but opposition concerns about the move could be a problem for Labor.
This one, oh.
As the debate continues, older Australians will be calculating whether they can afford another cost of living hike.
Sports is next. Join me on the other side for details in ICC Men's T20 World Cup East Asia Pacific Qualifier 2026 Super 6 stage. Also, Hercules Condor makes an impression on debut with Hunters.
Meet UmiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, UmiPay makes every payment simple. UmiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
Use our tools and condom and one way where you can abuse him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Ting him, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborus him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banis him you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
You have to meet my best friend. She's the sweetest. Hey, check out my hair.
Which one? The one on your head or the one in the sink? Relax. Next time, just use the Mega Growth Anti-Damage Relaxer. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins for visibly less hair breakage after retouching. Now your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Mega Growth Anti-Damage No Light Cream Relaxer for visibly less hair breakage after retouching.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
Snacks noodles. Tastier, but you like it more.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
Welcome back. The PNG Barramundis delivered another commanding performance at the ICC Men's T20 World Cup East Asia Pacific Qualifier 2026 Super 6 stage, defeating Vanuatu by 147 runs at the Sano International Cricket Ground in Japan on Sunday. The victory gives the Barramundis valuable momentum heading into their final Super 6 fixture against Japan. The match is currently underway.
PNG posted an imposing total of 207 runs for 5 wickets from 20 overs, before dismantling Vanuatu for just 60 runs in 14.2 overs in a complete all-round team performance. The victory further strengthens PNG's unbeaten run in the Super 6 competition as the PNG Barramundis continue their push towards qualification for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. Player of the match, Lega Siaka, was outstanding with the bat, producing sensational innings of 85 runs from 46 balls, including 4 boundaries and 6 sixes. Siaka anchored the middle overs and accelerated the innings with aggressive play to put Vanuatu bowlers under immense pressure. Opening batter Tony Ura also delivered a powerful contribution, smashing 63 runs from 38 balls, also with 6 sixes and 2 boundaries. Ura and Siaka combined to build a crucial partnership that laid the platform for PNG's massive total. Vanuatu struggled throughout their chase, losing wickets and failing to build partnership against PNG's disciplined bowling and fielding display. PNG Barramundis looked dominant in the Super 6 and iced the top spot in its category. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
The PNG Hunters have suffered another disappointing defeat at home after going down 30-20 to the visiting South Logan Magpies in round 10 of the Host Plus Cup competition on Sunday. Despite strong individual performances from Bruce Bawase and Carlos Lung, the home side could not match the Magpies' dominance throughout the match.
The visiting Magpies started strongly and controlled the game from the opening whistle with solid attack and disciplined defense. Their impressive performance earned them 5 tries.
Michael Wangana on the paddock in the 17 for the Magpies. Comes out now to Milford. Puts it on the toe. Oh dear.
The Hunters, on the other hand, managed only 3 tries in front of home fans.
Ganji caught now, still able to offload. Tony Wabo threatening early. It's brought down 5 short of the line. They go short side. Oh, beautiful play. And it's Bavase crashing over.
South Logan Magpies' second rower, Teapo Stallman, was one of the standout players for the Magpies, crossing over for 2 important tries to help seal the victory. The visitors showed better structure and composure, especially in key moments of the match, which allowed them to secure the valuable 2 competition points. The Hunters fought hard to stay in the contest, with Bruce Bawase and Carlos Lung providing some excitement in attack. However, defensive lapses and handling errors proved costly for coach Paul Aiton's side as they struggled to stop the Magpies' momentum. Aiton said it was a disappointing performance, but hoping to turn things around in the second half of the competition.
Yeah, just really disappointed for the boys. You know, they had we had a great lead up in the week, put a lot of effort into that week, and you know, I think I'm feeling for them at the moment. No, we need it. We definitely need it. It's been a long run of games, home away, and plenty of new boys. So I just wanted to go switch off and just maybe leave footy behind for a few days and just de-stress. There's a lot of outside noise in Papua New Guinea. So I just want the boys to go away, switch off, and we'll regroup and we'll come back better next round.
The loss adds more pressure on the Hunters, who have now suffered another setback on home soil in what has been a difficult season so far in the Host Plus Cup competition. Coach Paul Aiton will now have another opportunity to regroup his players during the round 11 bye before preparing for an important clash against the Tweed Seagulls in round 12. The Hunters will be hoping to bounce back strongly and improve their consistency as they look to keep their finals hope alive in the competition. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
Nonetheless, PNG Hunters coach Paul Aiton and captain Ila Alu have heaped praise on debutant Hercules Kondo following his impressive performance against the South Logan Magpies on Sunday.
Young prodigy Hercules Kondo was called into the PNG Hunters team to replace injured winger Douglas David, and he looked comfortable in his first appearance in the Hunters' colours. Despite the 20-30 defeat to the Magpies, the young winger stood out with his energy. He was solid both in defence and in attack. In a post-match interview, Hunters coach Paul Aiton commended Kondo for his strong introduction into the competition. Aiton said Kondo was one of the several young talents currently in the camp and deserved this opportunity.
I mean, he got selected because of his training efforts, and as you can see, he gives it everything every run, and probably maybe steer away from running out props next time. But no, he's actually a development player of ours. So. We've got 4 development players, and they're sort of staying out of the camp at the moment. But due to the long list of injuries that we have, his training efforts, he's pushed himself into that squad. So I'm really happy for him and his family that he finally made that debut.
Aiton added that the young player showed confidence throughout the game and handled the pressure of the first-grade football well. Captain Ila Alu shared similar sentiments, saying senior players are committed to helping the younger members of the squad improve and adjust to the demands of the competition.
Hercules started off as a development player and made his debut today, so it shows how hard he's been working behind the scenes to earn his sport. And look up at this level, trust every player regardless of how young they are, inexperienced. They just have the job to do, and it's a learning curve for them that they could be able to do their job when needed, and that's something that we need to continue to drive. But it's exciting to see a lot of young players coming through, and I'm looking forward to working with them and see how their game can go up at this level. It's not easy turning up back to back, but that's the challenge that is ahead of each and every one of them, and as a team we just have to guide them through.
Kondo now joins the growing list of players who have debuted for the Hunters this season. They include Miles Banham, Carlos Lung, Himson Ulalom, Norman Akunai and Joel Gena. Kondo's strong first outing has shown plenty of promise, and he is expected to make a bigger impact if given more opportunities during the second half of the season. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
The Egmark East New Britain Gurias produced a stunning second-half comeback to defeat PRK Gulf ISO 38-26 in round 6 of the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup at the Santos National Football Stadium on Saturday.
Trailing 2012 at halftime, the Gurias turned the match around with an explosive second-half performance led by Ephron Akim and William Tirang. The dangerous duo crossed for a combined 5 tries to inspire the East New Britain franchise to an important away victory. Gulf ISO looked in control during the opening half after dominating possession and capitalizing on their attacking opportunities. Their strong defense and fast-paced attack kept the Gurias under pressure as they carried an 8-point lead into the break.
And crashes over.
However, the momentum shifted after halftime as the Gurias lifted the intensity in both attack and defense. Akim and Tirang proved too difficult to contain as the visitors piled on points to silence the Gulf supporters.
And he gets it.
The ISO struggled to maintain the same energy and discipline from the first half, allowing the Gurias to take control of the contest. The win gives Gurias another valuable result on the road and strengthens their push towards the finals and a possible title challenge this season. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
In a thrilling encounter, the East New Britain Egmark Gurias secured their first away victory of the season, defeating PRK Gulf ISO 38-26 after a slow start. The Gurias were outplayed in the first half, but they regrouped during the break and came back strong, laying on 4 unanswered tries, 2 from William Tirang and 1 from halfback Mark Alunga, who was named man of the match.
Coach Walter Potter Jr. expressed his relief at finally breaking the away game losing streak, having faced defeats against Candace and the Barris in their previous outings. However, he was not pleased with his team's lackluster performance in the first half.
We just started slow. Our start always slow, so I think after Gonzalo dressing said, if you really strong word loud or mangi, then I'll come back strong second half.
Potter emphasized the importance of maintaining a strong mindset both individually and as a team and staying focused for the entire 80 minutes. Potter also pointed out that the high error rates hampered their Gurias performance.
We just get to get our mindset right, mentality. Playing away is different. Bibla Sandy and mind don't play. As long as the boys are on for the game, all on. If all switch off, all off.
Despite some players not feeling well prior to the match, Potter commended their courage and commitment to take the field and secure the victory.
So, cut down low errors, stick low game time, process, win the little things inside the field, bodily attacks in attack in defense. Coming here to Planty Boys, we got the league sick. Flew through the week till last night. We have the doctor to help him all get through this game. So winning today is big for us, especially winning away give us more confidence to go back home.
Halfback Makalunga echoed his coach's sentiments about the team's slow start, but praised his teammates for their resilience in the second half, leading to a well-deserved victory.
A slow start, the first time the slow start. We weren't expecting clock and slow, but someone plus start, so after that we go inside. Then coach come out me plus. Second half me plus come on a high note low. We need like need low. A defense we need low, fix defense we yeah, mostly we need to fix defense we go off against him York slow.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
In NRL news, PNG Chiefs recruitment prospect and incumbent New South Wales Blues utility player Connor Watson is not sure whether or not he will retain his spot in the team as the Blues coach set to announce his team at the end of Magic Round. The off-contract Roosters player arrived in Port Moresby today to tour the PNG Chiefs facilities and explore his options as he was given permission by his current club, the Sydney Roosters. Watson said there are a lot of decent footballers in the NRL and the coaches will have to pick what is best for the team. He was grateful to have played for the Blues the last few years.
Not sure about Origin, we'll see. I feel like there's a lot of guys in my position who've had good years, so a lot of competition for spots there, but I mean, playing for the Blues the last couple of years has been one of the best experiences ever, so I'd love to do it again.
The New South Wales Blues and Queensland Maroons have announced their squad for State of Origin Game 1, scheduled for Wednesday, 27th May. James Tedesco and Kaylin Ponga have been recalled to their respective sides, while Queensland coach Billy Slater drops the axe on Reece Walsh.
New South Wales Blues coach Laurie Daly has injected new energy into the Blues squad, naming 6 fresh faces, including Edin Funua-Blake, Tolutau Kola, Victor Radley, Blake Brayley, Ethan Strange and Casey McLean. Newcastle forward Dylan Lucas has also been included in the extended squad. The biggest talking point for the Blues is the recall of veteran fullback James Tedesco, with incumbent Dylan Edwards sensationally dropped despite strong club form. Daly said the decision was based on experience, attacking spark and combinations around the spine. Nathan Cleary and Mitchell Moses will again steer the side in the halves, while captain Isaio leads the powerful forward pack. Queensland coach Billy Slater has also swung eggs dropping Rhys Wells and recalling Kylan Ponga at fullback. The Maroon squad features several debutants, including Titans flyer Jojo Fifita, Sam Walker, Max Platt and Britton Nikora. Walker's selection at halfback adds plenty of excitement, with the young Roosters playmaker set to partner Captain Cameron Munster in the halves. Queensland will also welcome back experienced forward Thomas Flegler after injury. This year's Origin Series also marks the impact of relaxed eligibility rules, allowing players previously tied to New Zealand international duties to become eligible for Origin selection. Britton Nikora for Queensland and Edin Funua-Blake for New South Wales are amongst the first beneficiaries of the changes. With both Blues and Maroons boasting explosive attack, experienced leaders and fearless newcomers, Game 1 is expected to be a blockbuster clash. Blues will be hoping to make a statement to reclaim the title, and Maroons defending the series. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
And now, the weather forecast. In southern Port Moresby, sunny then partly cloudy tonight. Popondetta, mostly fine. Momase, Ley, partly cloudy, then chances of showers or rain drizzles. Wewak, cloudy, with showers developing. Vanimo, partly cloudy, then showers, rain showers. To the Niugini Islands, Kokopo, Rabaul, cloudy, with occasional evening showers, rain and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe, cloudy, with chances of heavy showers, rain and thunderstorms. And the Highlands region, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, partly cloudy with few evening showers and rain. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas moderate to rough with southeast winds of 20 to 30 knots. Solomon Sea and Bismarck Sea, seas light to moderate with east to southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas light with southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. And coastal waters forecast, waters of southern PNG, Indonesian border, to Daru, to Kiwai Island, to Kerema, to Yule Island, to Hood Point and Samarai Islands, and waters west of Madang to Wewak, to Vanimo and northern PNG, Indonesian border, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters along strong wind areas. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, and waters of West New Britain, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Finchafen through Vitiaz Strait to Siasi Long Island to Madang, seas 2 to 3 meters. And that wraps up another edition of TV1 News. Pleasant viewing. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by